All right. I'm sure I'm getting pretty old, but my goodness, that thing's gotta be over 100 pounds. I drug it over here and just leveraged it up on that board that's always there. Got it flat, and I could not. I got a hold of this and tried lifting it. I shoved it up a little further. Lift it, no way could I clear those wheels, and they're not that big of wheels. They're maybe like 8-inch inflatables. Ooh, I could not move it. So I got the jack under it to give me a little elevation. And luckily, I could twist it on the board and got it off feet down. So I didn't have to try to stand it back up. So a 90-degree twist and a dismount. It's alive. Now, that was maybe 100, 120 pounds probably when you look them up. This thing, over 400 probably. But there are some bricks inside, so we're gonna yank them out and see if we can't cause this to roll on the ground somehow. Yeah, maybe take those bricks out. I don't know. We'll probably try it with them in first. You know, hardest way first. So, I know it probably looks like there's never a plan, but there's always a plan. It's just constantly fluctuating. Uh, I took my jacked up the ends, and maybe you can see under there. I got 2x4s or 2x6s under both sides. Uh, these are my new handy dandy lifters. I don't think they're going to be any use here, but you know, style points. Picked them up for like $7 on the auction. I don't think they're going to handle anything this heavy, and plus they can't get right up next to it, so might be good for something that you could you know, put on, work on, something that you could lift yourself, but perhaps want to keep stable up in the air. But I have a couple methods of lifting this thing. The jack is the best, as long as you're not going high. Because tying into my roof this always seems like a bad idea. Here's my cart. Those little metal wheels are too small. They're not going to make it over the ground. I have some bigger wheels, some solid tires with a smaller than 3/4 inch diameter, bigger than a half though, so I don't know, 5/8. So I thought about trying to make up a similar thing to that dolly there. With these, I got two here. There's one in there. The other two are out with the chicken house. But I just don't know, axles are gonna hold up and stuff. So I formulated several plans. None of them seem super great. I did measure it. It's wider than my gate out back here. So I'm gonna have to take apart the first section of fence and take it through there. I could try dragging it with the truck, but I don't think the truck's gonna fit through all this area here. I got a tree in the way. I plan on making the corner and coming straight through here. I have to take out this section of fence, just to unwire it and drag it right on through there or drag it over to this side. But either way, my truck isn't gonna come in here, I don't think. So, and these things are only 6 feet wide. So I think what I'm gonna do is something maybe just as stupid as any of my other ideas, but we're gonna do it anyway, I think. Um, it's gonna get drug out onto the ground over there with the truck and perhaps around to the side. Uh, but I do have a few of these motion sicknesses over here. A couple round logs, whatever you want to call them. They're, I don't know, peels from making plywood or something similar to that. They're not in very good shape. They might crunch apart, but I think I'm going to chop those up into, we'll say 4-foot lengths, so they're a little wider than what we need. And we're gonna go Egyptian on this one. If any of it works out, I'll show some video. If not, pretend I never spoke of this. Okay, just a quick update. Maybe that clue right there can help you figure out what we're gonna do. But first, let's see if we can get down here. I gotta hack off these bolts. Looks like there's 2 of them under there. Then everything else seems to be flat-ish under there. Hopefully you're seeing something. But so there's 2 of those. So grinder comes back out. I'm gonna snap them off quick, and you know, wish me luck. And remember, if I end up dead or something, this doesn't go on YouTube. Insurance, you know, insurance. Alrighty, I got those chopped off. Let's see if you can see it under there. Not too much light. Yeah, you can kind of see it. Okay, and you see my extra safety precautions. Look at that. 3 boards under there. So it doesn't crush my arm, I hope. Over here we got a little more fun with it. There's 3 boards under it, plus I had to give it this little extra boost. Because I needed just a hair bit more room. Let's see. Get the grind work up under there somewhere. Not in the log, how about that? Well, it's there somewhere. So, I think we're going to use the truck to clear the moat. I haven't mentioned the moat before. I dug it back after the snow. We were, with the snow melt and the rain, it was flooding my shop here. So I dug this little moat, which is essentially wet clay, and it's like poop, only stickier. Seriously. But yeah, I think I'm gonna hook something in here. Maybe go through the front door and then up through this area with just some big old strap thingies hiding over there, and see if I can't clear the hole or the moat, whatever you want to call it. And maybe, I don't know, maybe I got to put some runners out here, because if it hits the ground, I'm done. Like, seriously done. I don't know what I'm gonna do then, but because right now I at least have options, you know. This is here, my jack is here, but once it hits the ground flat, man, I'm gonna be stuck. So definitely got to land on something when we go out, I guess. So yeah, some runners would be good. I'll figure something out. All right. I don't know. Maybe I can set the camera up to watch as this happens. Let me see what I get set up, and then I'll let you know. Okay, one last check over. I have this thing jacked up because I'm thinking it'll tumble off the pallet a little easier that way. Or maybe at least get it a couple inches towards the front of the pallet where maybe the pallet will catch the moat and will come off. Now, you can see my little Dukes of Hazzard jump here. If at all possible, we'll flop off of these things. It'll roll across the rest of the boards that are holding it up right now. Maybe get on these. Maybe those can make it to that thing. Maybe the whole thing clears the moat. I have another one lined up there. You never know. I'm hopeful. And we just got to strap through the door. Unfortunately, that's like a down pull. I don't know if you can see that. The pull is down, which isn't so good. I prefer the pull to be up, but I'm also hoping we don't rip the doors off of this thing. I could, instead of hooking it there, hook it up like in your little holes here, which they make smaller. I don't know why. I could do that, but I think I'm gonna fail first before I switch over to that. See if I can give it a good yank off of this thing. I really don't have it attached onto here that well. I mean, it could totally fly off, and that's fine, you know, as long as it's coming back into the shop and there isn't metal flying at me in the truck. Fast, slow, jerk it, slow and steady. I think slow and steady. When I hit a lot of tension, then I'll let up and I'll come back and see what happened. All right, but you guys are gonna get to watch. I think I have my keys on me. I have my keys on me. So let me set you up somewhere. It's not really that good going from the dark out into the light, is it? But you're stuck. Okay. So let's see what we can get here. See if I can get this camera sitting where it ain't gonna fall over too bad. Moving in the right direction. Oh, that don't look too bad right there. Is it gonna stay? You know, I'd much rather see what happens at the moat. Maybe we can get you a side view. You know, something over here. What do you think? Kind of shows the moat, shows the back of the truck. You're not going to see me go that far, but I think you'll see the important parts. Move some of this out of the way. Hopefully I edit this to make it a little shorter. Okay, oops. Alright. Okay, fingers crossed. I want to be down a little bit more. See what I can see there. This is not a tripod, just in case anybody's wondering. Ay, ay, ay. Who does this stuff? Yeah, I want to see down there. Get a bit of a twist forward. This thing without breaking the camera. Yeah, just in case you were wondering, this is your tripod. Okay, so get back in there with a little more angle. Okay. Oh yeah, there we go. Just like that, only gooder. All right. Oh, I'm gonna be so interested to see what happens. Alrighty. Wish me luck. Hey, come on, that's not too bad, right? Oh, Jesus, you guys got the worst tripod ever. Go to another channel. Okay, let's get a quick review. I wish I saw the footage, but these guys are still stuck in there. I got a couple logs on it, so I can grab this other log back here and get it under there. The 2x4s really need to go. I don't think they were a bad idea because we cleared the moat, but now they're a little in the way. Hey, we're just gonna set you up and let you watch what I do, because it's time to make it up as I go. Get you back in the old tripod. Oh. There we go. Flat board to sit on. Alright, you feel comfortable? You don't feel like you're gonna fall, do you? No? Okay. Did you see that? I moved it by hand, right? We are good to go. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I was on camera. I think all my rollies are tied up though. I need some extra rollies. I do have another one I could cut, I guess. Um, uh, Jesus, you guys on this tripod, man. Stop being so cheap. Oh, goodness. Yeah, stop being so damn cheap. Just go buy a tripod or something. Okay. Sheesh. And some batteries. Look at this is your battery right here. Okay. See what I'm. That's my 10,600 milliamp hour something. This is a really good company. Just let you know that you're being powered by Enerplex. Found them in the Denver airport. This is a good one. Don't get the one with the double or the double A batteries. Seems like a great idea to use. It had 4 rechargeable double A batteries in it that you could take out and put in and blah blah blah. But okay, you can probably read that, right? So yeah, you're plugged directly into there. Okay. Um. Phew. I guess I'm gonna have to make some path clearing. I'm gonna have to figure out if Egyptians made turns. If I gotta take it all the way out to the road and then back in, I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out. All right, dude. Totally move that by hand now. All right, sweet. Drinky drink time. Okay. We were really excited and decided to have lunch. When I say we, I mean me. And the chickens probably eat all day. Um, I was gonna pull it further with the truck, but I believe we need to start making our turn. I think we want to head straight that way. Make a left at the end of the building. I don't know if I'll have to do kind of like 2 turns, turn it, and then turn it going backwards, and then go forwards. But we might use some pry bars, set the wood at a different angle, see if we can get movement going in a different direction. And we're gonna give up on the truck. We'll just move it out of the way and do it by hand. Whew. Okay, well, that was certainly an amount of time. I don't know how much time. And no, I am not done. Uh, turns out, wood chips suck. Uh, maybe as much as sand. I don't know. Somebody go check with the Egyptian quick. That's how far I got it. We were sitting here square. Remember, we pulled straight out of there onto here. It actually turned pretty easy, just by angling the logs. I'll kind of show you here. You just make your curve. See how they're not straight, and I'm trying to curve it back out to make it over there without hitting the wall. Might have to shimmy it a couple times, and hopefully we'll fit down the side there. I got the brilliant idea after going through all that wood chips there. See if you can see in here. That's a mess of wood chips. They ended up getting bunched up in front and really made it hard going. They would kind of, like rolling dough. It just builds up in front of your rollers. So now I raked it all out, and you can see the top of my rake there. Yay! It's like a brand new rake, and somehow the end broke. Not even like where you reach down and put pressure on it, but just twisted out of my hand. Tossed it over here, and just for some reason it was able to stick in the ground. But I mean, you're not even really putting pressure there, you know? I don't know. But apparently it makes a great throwing knife because it doesn't miss. But so straight out here, and then somehow make a 90. Now that was nowhere near a 90 over there, but we'll try it. We'll see. I'm gonna see if this thing's got the stop motion, or you know what it's called, time delay, and maybe we can set you up here on the truck, and you can see that I really am doing this by hand. I don't want you think that I got smart at some point during this process and decided to use the truck, or maybe put a come along down there on that stump and just pull it. What would be the point of that, right? So let's hook you up with your handy dandy tripod. And you're still plugged into your battery, which is 3/4 full. So let's see. There you go. You're in most of it. Alright, I'll turn this off, see if there's some stop motion. Yeah, it turns out you guys ain't got it. You got no tripod and a cheap camera. Alright. Can we maybe put you in the shade so you don't overheat like my other camera likes to do? Alright, wish me luck. sliding this under when I miscalculate. Come up short or don't got an end and stuff. We're gonna end. Took Bubba inside and we did not get a refill. Let's see. Set you up over here. We're missing chickens anyway. There you go. What do you think about that? Can't really see the ground, but, Alright, I'm getting good at this. Less rollers, the better. Then they don't bind up on each other. Because if they bind up, then they don't work. Also, I got lots of rocks and some fence to move. So, let's take a pause. Okay, got a refill. Found a huge handful of go heads right at the front steps, growing there. Probably, collecting on my boots and getting tracked up there. So, this here, moved the big rocks out of the way that lines the fence here that we just didn't know what else to do. Michelle put them there. Not blaming her, saying she did all the work. Because I just dumped them in the yard. But I raked as much of the acorns out of the way here as I could. They are still everywhere. Ground's pretty uneven. But gotta make it through the fence and then put the fence back, or these little bird brains are gonna try to take off on us. But you can see the rest is just all, okay, I got big old lumps of grass I put in my way. I got 1,001 acorns, and I still got to move that thing. It never ends. Alright, I'm not going to show any more video of me muscling this thing, but we'll be back. You want to see some happy chickens, man, you just crunch up some walnuts with some logs and they go crazy. Alright, so I put the fence back in place. Still needs, still got to wire it back up. And these guys are all happy, so always, So this is a central location of where we might keep it. I'm not 100% sure. I know you're probably all just amazed that this happened, and you're wondering what's next. What are you gonna do next with it? What's going on? Are you gonna have like a show in Las Vegas where you make stuff move, like a big huge things, like you move hotels and stuff? And I'm tired, so I don't think we're gonna do that. Instead, I gotta weld up some seams on this thing. Look in those bricks, I guess, see what's in there. I left them in there. But I'm hoping that we can keep this far enough away from anything that could catch on fire, and far enough away from my building. I don't want fire. And the chickens, I believe, are gonna get an area in here. They like the doghouse for laying eggs. They like going in the doghouse. They like going under the doghouse. So I think we're gonna have some hay bales and make a bit of a shelter for them. And it would be cool if we could run this. My thoughts are to lay it on brick, stack it with brick all over. Oh, nice turkey, nice. Stack it with brick, get as much biomass, heat mass, whatever they call that stuff, stacked around it, so that maybe at night we could start a fire. It'll heat this thing up, it'll heat the bricks up, everything we stack around it will heat up, and it'll get them a little bit of a radiant heat through the night. But I'm not sure exactly how it'll work out, because straw is flammable. When I'm putting straw bales out, I'm gonna put some pallets. I got those 7-foot pallets. I'll use those along with some other ones to build a little bit of a windbreak and barrier. I don't know. I'm sure it'll come together. There's a plan. It's just fluid, like always. All right. Oh, this is gonna be a long video, but I think it'll be kind of awesome, huh? I think it's kind of awesome. Oh, and an up note. Archie called. Archie, the guy with the island. So I'll try to get some video. I'm going over there tomorrow. He says there's still bees in that box that I left at his place. So I'm gonna take the nuke that didn't make it. Uh, Might as well get an update on that quick. Just to let you know, my queen from here, right there, that used to be there, remember, and I made a split, and then she went with the split and didn't stay like I thought she would. Well, now I made a split from there, and it went into my new style box here. You can see there's a double on it. It didn't have that before. But I made that split, and I'll be damned if she didn't go with it. I found eggs in there, and I found queen cells in there. They're already capped up. Uh, then the other one, this guy here, he's the other big one. I made a split from them. They went in the blue box, and the blue box was a fail. I had to chase bees out of it. I had to cover it up that one day. It ended up being a fail. There's still a bunch of dead bees in there. There's even a couple live bees left. There was, when I opened it up, there was like a handful of bees. They would have just filled up like a little corner. That's all that was left. Maybe I'm putting too many frames in there. I had a frame of brood in there, and they died with their little heads sticking out. Nobody was taking care of them, so it was definitely on me. I didn't put the right materials in. So I shook all the bees off of this, and I took those frames and I put them in the top here because I got that laying queen, and I put, honey in this one. I put all sorts of stuff in this one, thinking that they're going to need resources because they wouldn't, they're waiting on a queen. Well, now they got the queen, and this, she's a super layer. So I figured I better get them some frames with stuff on it. So they look like they're doing good. Last time I was in there, and as soon as I put this box on top, the next day they had foragers. They had bees coming and going. So, and everybody looks happy. There are a few wasps showing up. And maybe you can see the bees down here. We actually have a buildup of bees because I had these guys blocked off and they weren't able to drag their bees out. So my bad. It has a small door. Um, but I think they're doing okay. I haven't been in, but I do keep an eye out for the wasp. There's been a wasp or three that I've killed. They were, they started over here picking on these guys, but anyway, so I'm gonna clean that box up, take one more frame over because they only got 4 frames over there, and see if they got a queen. Maybe if they got a queen, we'll set them up for the winter, and if they don't, I'll think about maybe taking him some brood over and giving them a shot. I'll dig into one of these boxes here that's got lots and uh, find a frame of eggs and see if I can't get it in there. But okay, awesomeness is done. And Michelle's working late today. Yesterday was Labor Day, so happy Labor Day, everybody. Peace.